Hey friends, welcome, and today we're going to make a beautiful arrangement using this adorable top hat available in my shop. So we're going to start adding a few different elements to our pretty design. And as you see right now, I am covering my foam with moss. My moss that I chose, it's a few different shades and I love it, and you're gonna see why. I'm starting by adding these large wood leaves that we are going to make the height that we particularly want. So we started with a basswood base from Michael's. I put a foam and I covered it with moss. Now, when I'm inserting my elements, I'm going on a diagonal, right? Because I want my piece to be on the side. These large leaves that I'm using, you can't really put a pick on it, so I pre-made the hole for it with just a floral stick. And then we're going in with different pampas grass and leaves and feathers, and I'm going to keep it on a natural type of arrangement. Now you can use any type of leaves and pampas grass that you choose, and I'm also adding some of those peacock feathers because my pretty hat will end up in my arrangement. So I start with the taller part in the back. And you guys, what you're going to see me insert now, it's real pampas grass that I picked from my best friend's garden. Yes, I did. And then we treated it, and now it's going in this pretty arrangement. You don't see it from this video. However, I am using a pick machine to put all my picks in. And the peacock feathers, the bunch that you just saw me take from, it is from Michael's. And again, I'm making my back layer. And as you can see, I'm staying more toward the back and side of my foam. Now I'm going in with my next layer, which is going to be a little shorter. And I'm going to reuse the same elements and use the same technique with making sure that I am putting everything with a pick and inserting them in my design, checking the height and making sure that everything is balanced. The feathers and other accessories you choose to use, it's entirely up to you. I found this very delicate lavender bush from Michael's, and I felt it was just perfect for this kind of arrangement. The green is not so vivid, but yet it's there, and these little touches of different shades of purple just went perfectly. And you'll see it once we put the hat in. So I just cut the stems off, and I really made sure that I fluff them up and insert them into my arrangement. And of course, this is a front-facing arrangement, as the hat will be in the front of our whole piece. And just continue inserting our pieces, making them shorter as we come toward the front. Now it's time to introduce this beautiful, gorgeous hat. Again, the hat is available in my shop, but you could also do something else. I'm going to talk about it in a minute, so stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. And just keep adding touches here and there. Again, making sure that the height of all my elements is balanced. And I'm not, as you see, I'm not gluing anything in yet because I'm still going back in and going to put more Spanish moss. And for the nature of the elements that I'm inserting, because the stems are very delicate, I didn't want to have to go through the moss and the foam. That's why I'm choosing to add everything later on. Now, I am adding some of the moss right now in the back. However, I wasn't liking the darker green, so I'm going to wait until I could get myself to the store and get a different type. In a second, you're going to see me use something amazing, and it is the art of macrame. Yes, you heard me right. And we do all of this in my private group. The macrame, the floral arrangements, the wreaths, the top hat, the wreath attachments, embroidery, all sorts of different crafts. Also, for sure, discussing the business end of it. And you could get all of that by signing up to my private group, Nadia's Crafty Lounge. You can always message me and we'll discuss. Now I'm going to show you how to make a flower or a fan with ribbon. Oh yeah, you heard. So there is a part of the hat that I made with the ribbon. So I have a 4-inch ribbon. I'm going to close in one end, making sure that it's nice and tight and glued in. I'm going to pull out the wire from one of the sides, and I'm just going to keep on pulling it down. This is a great thing to do if you have leftover ribbons, and you see how it starts gathering like so. Keep on doing it. Do not cut that wire, because we are going to use that wire. So this is just one of the little things, and so many other little tricks and crafts that we do in my private group. So Nadia's Crafty Lounge, make sure you come and check us out. We are gathering this like that, pleating it all the way on the bottom and turning it into a pretty fan. And you can use this for so many different things, right? You can glue a pretty flower on the bottom of it, a pretty center. But you can, that was a 10-inch piece. Now look what happens if you cut a 20-inch piece. Again, we're going to glue and secure the ends like so. We are going to take our wire and keep on gathering it together. Only on one side. Remember, do not cut that wire, and you're going to see why in just a minute. We're just going to keep on gathering. Back in the day with my mom, we used to do this with fabric, and we used to use needle and thread and stitch it and do the gather stitch. But now we can do it with the wire. I'm going to use a floral stick and start from the side that we glued and start rolling. Now you can use something to simulate a center of a flower and keep on rolling. I'm about a 1/2 inch over the gathered wire, and that wire that we didn't cut, now we're going to use it to close the whole thing apart. But what if, before you do it all, you put a different color ribbon on the side of your ribbon? Now you have a 2-colored flower. Isn't that fun? So that's just something you can do with your leftover ribbons, or just a special project. You can make a whole bouquet. You know, Mother's Day is coming. So that's a very pretty, unique way of using leftover ribbons and making something pretty with it. Isn't that fun? It sure is. And then, of course, you decide whether or not you need the stick to insert it in a foam, or however you're going to use your flowers. Maybe you can also use a bendable wire if you want to make it into a bouquet. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon.